Hi to all. So here we are again on the lesson of 21st of April. That's Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a lesson for Tuesday. That's 21st of April. Fine. So I hope yesterday the lesson was very clear for you. I know the composite figures are taking 3 days for us to complete. So let's finish off the lesson today. And then let's move on to the next lesson by tomorrow. But before we finish the lesson, of course, we have to check our homeworks, right? To check whether the answers you have got and the one I am doing is correct, or have you got the answers correct or not? So quickly, let's check the answers for question number 2 and 3, which was on page 575. I hope it wasn't difficult because in yesterday's video already I told you the steps to follow. Okay, so here, as soon as we see this picture, it's a rectangle, and this is triangle, and this is a triangle. So because there are two triangles, let's name it as triangle 1 and triangle 2. So this is going to be triangle 1 and this is going to be triangle 2. Whenever there are two similar things like two triangles or two trapezoids, just name them as 1 and 2, so that if any, you know what you're doing and the person who is looking at your work can understand what you have done. Okay, but before that, before finding the area of triangles, let's find the area of this rectangle. So I'm not writing the formula, girls, but you know it's very important to write the formulas. Why I keep repeating write the formulas, so that you will not forget the formulas. That's all, because when we do something again and again and again, we don't forget those things. Okay, so I'm not writing the formula, but you must be writing because I'm just doing it directly. Fine. So first let's find the area of the rectangle. So area of the rectangle is equal to LW. That's length multiplied by the width. I am not writing. You should be writing because you are still not a teacher. Okay. So length is 12 multiplied by the length of the rectangle is 12 and the width of the rectangle is 9. So how much is 9 multiplied by 12? That's going to give you 108 square feet. Okay, now moving on to the next one. Let's find the area of the first triangle. Area of the first triangle is equal to, what's the area of the triangle? Half BH. I'm not writing, but you must be writing. Okay, so half multiplied by, which is the base of the triangle? This one. This is the base, which is also the side of a rectangle, side of the rectangle. So if this side of the rectangle is 9, you can see it as the cursor I'm moving up and down. This is the side of the rectangle as well as the base of the side of the rectangle as well as the base of the triangle too. So the base is going to be 9 multiplied by, what about the height? They gave you the height as 6. Okay, so now I'm doing it mentally, but you will have to do it slowly, step by step, because still you are not a teacher. Okay, so half of 6 is 3, right? 3 multiplied by 9 is 27. So the area of the first triangle is going to be 27 square feet. Okay, now let's move on to the area of the second triangle. So I'm not writing the formula, you must have written the formula. Okay, so you must have been writing. Okay, that's English, I'm not. Fine. So half multiplied by, again, the base of this triangle is 9 as well, because again that's the side of the rectangle. So in a rectangle the opposite sides are equal. So if this is 9, this also must be 9. Okay, so this is also the base of the triangle, which means half multiplied by 9 multiplied by the height of this triangle is given to be as 10. Okay, now again I'm doing it mentally for you. Okay, I'm doing it mentally with you, but of course you'll have to show each and every step when you're doing. So half of 10 is 5. That's the easy one. You cannot find half of 9 because that's 4.5 multiplied by 10 will give you 45. Same, half of 10 is 5. 5 nines are 45. Simple mental math, right? This is why you have to be very fluent in multiplication. Okay, so let's find the total area now. We have found out the total area of this rectangle. We have found the area of triangle 1 and triangle 2. So let's add them all up. That's going to give me 108 plus 27 plus 45. Okay, so 100. Let me put the equal sign. So 108 plus 27 will give you 135. 135 plus 45 will give you 180 square feet. Hope your answer is right. All of you have got this correct answer. Okay, moving to question number 3. Now again, there are two trapezoids. So let's name this as 1 and this as 2. Okay, so Now, let's find the area of the first one. So area of the first one, always when there are two similar ones, better use A1 and 2. Okay, I'm not writing the formula. Area of a trapezoid is half multiplied by B plus 1 B2 inside the parenthesis multiplied by H. Okay, so that's going to be half and then multiplied by. Now, for this rectangle, okay, sorry, for this trapezoid, you can see the height is given to be 4. Okay, what about base 1? In fact, this is looking like a parallelogram, right? So it's a square but a tilted one. So if this part of the figure is 11, the down part is 11, this part is also going to be 11. Okay, so let's write it as 11 yards. So the height of the parallelogram is 4, the base, one base is 11 as well as the other base is also 11. Yeah, it's a kind of a tricky question, but we have to just use our brain, that's all. So 11 plus 11 multiplied by the height, that's 4. Now again, I'm doing it mentally. Okay, so 11 plus 11 is 22, right? So you will have half multiplied by 22 multiplied by 4. So half of 22 is 11. 11 multiplied by 4 will give you 44 square yards. So there's a good time for you to learn mental math as well. Okay, because you know in school we don't have any separate time for mental math. So let's find the area of trapezoid 2. I don't know why I keep saying rectangle. Fine. Anyway, that's not my favorite shape also. Fine. Half multiplied by, now the base, here I have put a star instead of a parenthesis. Okay. Base 1 is 7, base 2 is 14, and the height of this trapezoid is 8. Okay, because they have given from this corner to this corner, it's 8, which means it's the height, like from here to here, 8. Fine. So let's put them in numbers. So half multiplied by 7 plus 14, okay, multiplied by 8. So I'm doing it mentally. You can follow me slowly. Okay, so 7 plus 14 is 21. So what will you be having? Half multiplied by 21 multiplied by 8. Half of 8 is 4. So 4 multiplied by 21 is going to give you 84. I'm repeating again, half of 8 is 4. 4 multiplied by 21, because here it will be 21. 7 plus 14 is 21. So 4 multiplied by 21 is going to give you 84. So let's find the total area of the composite figure. So total area is equal to 44 plus 84. That's going to give me 100 and okay, so 44 plus 84 is going to give me 128 square yards. Okay, I know you girls are smart enough. Of course, you would have got the answers right. Okay, so let's move on to today's lesson. Fine, so I'll show you something new today. Okay, so let's start doing. Okay, girls. So let's start doing question number 3. But before I do question number 3, I want you to look at how this figure is made up of. As soon as you see the figure, you can see that it is a rectangle and then 2 triangles, right? Now, when you have a rectangle and 2 triangles, what are you going to do? Of course, you'll find the area of each of them and then add them all. Okay, but this picture is quite a tricky one. Why am I saying it's quite a tricky one? See here, the length of the rectangle is 12 and the width is 7. Okay, so easily we can find the area of the rectangle, which is 12 multiplied by 7. So 12 multiplied by 7 will give you 84 square meters. Okay, I'm not writing. Even then, let me write it. If not, you might not write it too. Okay, so the area of the rectangle is 84 square meters. Now we have to find the area of the triangle. Now both the triangles are looking similar. The height is 5 and this side of the triangle is 13. Similarly, both the triangles are same. So we can find the area of one triangle and then multiply by 2. Now, to find the area of the triangle, what are the things we need? We need the base and the height. Okay, now if you see, this is the height. Okay, this 13 has nothing to do with us, so we only are using this 5 here. Okay, now if you notice, the base of the triangle, they did not give us complete. See, from here to here, it's 6. Okay, it's only from this corner. You have to follow the cursor on the screen. Okay, uh, from this corner, you can say this corner till this corner, it's 6 meters. What about this part now? Because the base is from here till here, right? But they only gave us half of the base. So what's the remaining part of this base going to be? Now see, this is exactly the half of the rectangle. So what's the length of the rectangle? It's 12. So what's half of 12? Half of 12 is going to be 6. So which means from this point till this point, it is also going to be 6 meters. Got it? I'm repeating again. They have only given us half of the base of the triangle because it's only from this corner of the triangle till this part, it's 6. What about this remaining part of the base of the triangle? They have not given. So how do we find it? You can see it as this. It is exactly half of the rectangle. Okay, so the whole length of the rectangle is 12. So half of 12 is 6, which means from this point to this point, it's 6. Now, what's going to be the base of the triangle now? That's going to be 6 plus 6. So 6 plus 6 is going to give you 12. So using 12 as the base, we will find the answer. Okay, so area of the rectangle is half multiplied by 12, which we found as the base now, multiplied by 5, which is the height. So half of 12 is 6. 6 5s are going to be 30. Now, this is the area of one triangle. I forgot to write here the area of rectangle, area of triangle. You must write it because I forgot. That's all. Okay. So this is going to be 30 square meter. Now this is the area of one triangle. So what about the area of another triangle? So this is going to be area of another area of two triangles. Let's make it like that. Area of two triangles is going to be 30 multiplied by 2 because it's 2. So that's going to give you 2 multiplied by 30 is going to give you 60 square meters. Now all what we are going to do is we are going to add all the areas. So total area of the composite figure is equal to 84, which is the area. Please girls, you must write here area of rectangle, area of triangle. Okay, 84 plus 60. We got this as 60. So how much is 84 plus 60? That's going to give you 144 square meter. Easy. Only they're confused here because you might take the base as 6, whereas the base is not 6, it is 12. Half of the base is 6, so the remaining half is also 6, which is 6 plus 6. The base is going to be 12. Okay, so let's move on to question number 4. Find the area of the figure. Fine. So as soon as you look at the picture, you can see that it is a rectangle again, and then it is a triangle and another triangle. So there are two triangles again. So this is a rectangle. So let's name this as triangle 1 and this as triangle 2. Okay. So first let's find the area of the rectangle. So that's LW. LW means 16 multiplied by 6. The length is 16. The height is 6, which is going to give you 96 square inches. Okay, now let's find the area of triangle 1. Okay, so again, you must be writing the formula. I am not. Half multiplied by, what's the base of the first triangle? It's 8. Okay, multiplied by, what's the height of the triangle now? This is the height. So height, which means it is similar to the homework one which we solved, right? It's sharing the same side of the rectangle. So if this side of the rectangle is 6, this side is also going to be 6. So it's going to be half multiplied by 8 multiplied by 6. So half of 8 is 4, 4, 6 are 24 square inches. Okay, now let's find the area of rectangle. Area of triangle 2. So again, half multiplied by, what's the area of, what's the base of triangle 2? This is the base, you can see. So what's the measurement of this? Now, if this side of the triangle rectangle is 16, the opposite side is also going to be 16, right? Because they are sharing the same side of the rectangle. So the base of this triangle is going to be 16 as well. So the height is given to be 8. I don't need to show you. They have already given you here. Okay, so half of 16 is 8. 8 eighths are going to be 64 square inches. Fine. So let's find the total area now. Total area is equal to 96 plus 24 plus 64. So 96 plus 24 is going to give you 120. 120 plus 64 will give you 184 square inches. Easy peasy, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as the way you girls say. Okay, so this was the total area of this figure. Now this question is a kind of a different one, but it's more easier than the others. Why? Because here they said find the area of the shaded region. Now if you look at this picture very carefully, how does this picture look like? It's a pink rectangle. Inside a pink rectangle is white rectangle, right? So we have to find the area of this shaded region, which means we are only going to find the area of the pink part, not this white one. But the problem here is the white is inside the pink. So when something is there like that, what you need to do is you will find the area of this whole rectangle first. Okay, so you'll be finding the whole area of the whole rectangle, and then you will find the area of the smaller rectangle, and then subtract both of them, because we have to remove. If you find the area of the whole rectangle, means it will cover the white also, because it's the complete rectangle. And then to remove the white part, we will find the area of the white part and subtract it from the area of the complete rectangle. So let's name this as figure 1, and let's name this teeny tiny one as figure 2. Okay, so again, area of a rectangle is LW. So the length of this rectangle is 12.75. So let me write here area of the first one. Okay, so that's going to be 12.75 multiplied by, how much is the width of the rectangle? It's 8.8. Okay, so this is the length and this is the width. So how much is 12.75 multiplied by 8.8? I'll give you a minute, do it fast. How much is 12.75 multiplied by 8.8? Fast, fast, fast. Okay, done. How much did you all get? 12.75 multiplied by 8.8. Did you get 112.2? Yes, it is 112.2. So let's write down the area of the rectangle as 112.2, and the units are in meters, so square meters. Fine. Now let's find the area of the smaller rectangle. So area of the second rectangle is going to be, now there's a problem with this rectangle. Why am I saying there's a problem? They have given you the length. Okay, but what about the width? They did not give any number here for you. Now again, as in the previous question, they said, that's question number 3, they only said from this point, follow the cursor which is on the screen, from this corner of the rectangle to this part. You can see this, only the small part is 2.5. Okay, where I'm moving the cursor. This is 2.5. Same from here to here, it's 2.5. Okay, so only these two small parts they have given us 2.5 and 2.5. What about this part now? Now, how do we find out that the whole length, width is given as 8.8. Okay, the whole width, that's from here till here, it's 8.8. Now from this 8.8, some part of it is 2.5 and another part is also 2.5. So what do we do here? What is the amount which should be here? Now, this is another thing which you need to be doing extra part. Okay, so let's find the width of this. So I'm just writing here W. Okay, so first we have to add this 2. How much is 2.5 plus 2.5? It's 5. 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. You have to subtract 8.8 from 5. So I'm writing here 2.5 plus 2.5 in brackets. Okay, now this is how you are going to be finding the width of this small rectangle. Okay, I'm repeating again. Why are we doing this? Because the whole width of the rectangle is given to be 8.8. That's from here to here. And then again, to confuse us more, they just gave only the length from one corner to this corner as 2.5 and from this part to this part as 2.5. We have to find out what's the width of the smaller rectangle. So the width of the smaller rectangle will be, we will add this 2, that's 2.5, 2.5, it will give us 5, and then we will subtract this from 8.8. So how much is 8.8 minus 5? That will give you 3.8. Okay, 8 minus 5 is 3, 8 minus 0 is 8, so 3.8. Now because we have, so this part is going to be 3.8. Clear? I think now it's more clear for you. We don't need this, we don't need this, we only need this 3.8. So now the length, I know it's confusing. Always math is not easy as it looks, right? So the length of the rectangle is 4.25 multiplied by 3.8, which is the width. So once you multiply 4.25 by 3.8, you will be getting 16.15. Okay, so the area of the small rectangle is only 16.15 square meters. Now, how do you find the area of the shaded figure, a shaded part? Area of shaded part is equal to 112.2 minus 16.15. Why are we subtracting it? Because we have to remove this white part from this whole from the pink one. Okay, so if you subtract 112.2 by 16.15, you will be getting the answer as 96.05. So the area of the shaded part is going to be 96.05 square meters. Clear? I know it's a bit confusing, but it's easy if you understand. Only find the area of the whole rectangle and then find the area of the smaller rectangle and then subtract it from the, subtract the big one, area of the shaded part from the one which is unshaded. Okay, now a little bit moving away. Let's quickly do this problem. Unlock the problem. Marco made the banner shown at the right. So this is the banner he did. What is the area of the yellow shape? Now, see, girls, there are many ways to do these questions, okay, but let me show you the easy way. So here the question is just that here they have asked so many information. Okay, so let's see what we can do, how easily we can do it, and then I will show you that way. Okay, but before we show, first let me show you how they have made this picture. Okay, now let me turn into your computer teacher. Being a computer teacher, let me show you how math is related to graphics in computers. Okay, this is why many ask, teacher, what's the use of math? What's the use of math? This is the use of math. Okay, so let me draw the same rectangle, same picture. So that was a rectangle. Okay, so let me shade it. It was green, right? Now they are not exactly they are not exactly the same colors, but fine. So let me just, okay, so this is the bigger rectangle. You just follow what you just see what I'm doing. Is it the same as what's in the book or not? You can, yes, because when you girls are very free now, you have enough time to even create your own graphics. Okay, so just rotate this thing. Okay, it's too big. this is going to be fact. Okay, so let me color this as yellow. It's yellow, right? Yes, this is yellow. Now again, we have a red one inside, so 90. Okay, so this is how the picture in your book looks like. This is the banner which he made, exactly the same, right? See, this is where math comes in use. So you can create your own graphics by using shapes. Okay, now what they said, now the length of the rectangle here, the bigger rectangle, I'm talking about the bigger rectangle. I just want, why am I drawing this with you? So that you will understand how you need to create a drawing, and then how you will have to make out a graphic out of it. Okay, so here they have given us from this point to this point, it is 15. Okay, so let's write this as 15, that is in inches. Okay, then again from this point to this point, they have given us again it's 15, so this is again 15 inches. Do not leave space. Okay, so what is the total area of the, total width of the rectangle now? It is 30, because from here to here it's 15, and from here to here it's 15. So all together, okay, let me write it also so that it will be clear for you all. So the total length of this is going to be 30, the total width. Okay, because 15 plus 15, and this length is given as 48. So let's write this as 48 inches. Okay, now moving on to the red triangle, they said from this part, right, from here till here, oh, it's the same color. Okay, from here till here, it's not straight. Fine. Use this. Okay, from the top of the rectangle to this, so that means they're talking about the height of the rectangle, right, from up till the down part. That's given to you as 24. So that's given to us 24 inches. Now the question is, what is the area of the yellow shape? Now, as in the book they have asked many questions. Simply what can you do, girls? Like the one which we did, you can find the area of the yellow triangle complete, then find the area of the red triangle and subtract it from that. As simple as that. Now to find the area of the small triangle, we have the height and we have the length. Now the length is how much? This side it was 15, that's why they gave us in two parts. From here to here it's 15, from here to here it's 15. So the total length of the, width of the rectangle is 30. So the width of the rectangle, this side is 30, means this side is also going to be 30, right? Which means it is also serving as the side of the rectangle. Okay, so this side is also going to be 30. Okay, so that's fine. So we have the base of the triangle, we have the height of the triangle, so we can find the area of the smaller triangle. Now what about the bigger yellow triangle? Again, the height base is going to be the same, but the height is not going to be the same. Why is it not going to be the same? Because the height of the triangle is from here till here. So here, if you notice, they have given us as 48. The width of the triangle, the length of the rectangle is 48 inches. So which means from this point to this point, it is 48. So this is also the length or the height of the yellow triangle. So we can simply find the area of the yellow triangle and find the area of the red triangle and subtract them and get the area of the yellow part, because the red one is on top of the yellow one. Okay, so I don't want you to do all what's in the book, so I'm just showing you the idea, that's all. So with this I will move on to solve the question. Okay, so Explain how you could find the area of the yellow shape if you knew the areas of green and red shapes and the area of the entire banner. So they are saying if you know that the area of the whole thing, how can you find the area of the yellow one? So what I'm going to do, you can just subtract the areas of the green and the red shapes from the area of the entire banner. So just let's write this. We can, or you can, subtract the areas of the green and red shapes from the total area of, where am I writing all this? I didn't even realize it. And red, red shapes from area of the banner. In fact, it should be from the total area of the banner. Total area. Okay. Now, what is the area of the entire banner? How can you find the area of the entire banner? They're saying this whole rectangle. So how can you find the area of the whole rectangle? Multiply the length. So just let's write here, area is equal to 48. That's the length multiplied by 48 multiplied by, what's the width of the rectangle? That's 30. So 30 multiplied by 48 is going to give you 1440 square inches, because 3 8s are 24, 3 4s are 12 plus 2 is 14, so 144, and add the 0, that's 1440 square inches. What is the area of the red shape? So let's find the area of the red shape, and what's the area of the green shape? Green shape we don't need to find because I already found here. Fine, let's find what's the area of the red shape. So area of the red shape is half, that's a triangle, right? So multiplied by, what's the base? That's going to be 30, as I showed you in the picture, in the drawing which I did. So multiply by 34, which is going to give you half of 30 is 15. So 15 multiplied by 24 is going to give you how much? Any idea? 15 multiplied by 34 will give you, sorry, 24. 360 inches square inches. Okay, now I don't want you to do all this. Okay, so they're just asking you what's the area of the yellow shape. So I don't want to write the equation here now because I don't want you to confuse. Okay, so what's the area of the yellow shape? So we'll find the area of the yellow triangle and then minus it from the area of the red triangle. We already found the red one here. This is for red. Okay, so what is the area of each green shape? So we don't want to find each, we have found out the total. I don't know why they want to do this many steps when we have an easy way. Anyways, so this is, I'm finding the area for the yellow triangle. Okay, so that's going to be half multiplied by, what's the base? Base is 30, right? And the height, that's from here till here, it's 48, same as the length of the rectangle. So half of 48 is 24. Okay, so half of 48 is 24. So 30 multiplied by 24 is going to give you 720. Now this is the area of the yellow triangle, not the yellow shape. Okay, this is the area of the yellow triangle. So what you're going to do is you will subtract, let's find the area yellow shape, not the triangle, equals, okay, what was the area of the yellow triangle? 720 minus, what was the area of the red triangle? 360. So 720 minus 360 is going to give you again 360 square inches. Okay girls, so this was your lesson. I just wanted you to learn something new. I wanted you to show how to draw graphics. That's all. That's why I chose this problem for you. Now have fun with that Paint 3D. That's a new program, I guess. I don't know, because I don't use computer much. I just tumbled across it. So it was a nice way to just doodle around. Okay. So you can make your own graphics, and if you want to show me, you can show me, no problem. Okay. So this was all your classwork. Not classwork. I cannot even say homework. Fine. This was all your lesson for today. So you will have to be doing question number 4, 5, and the next page question number 1 and 2. Now question number 4, let me quickly explain you. Janelle is making a poster. She cuts a right triangle. She cuts a triangle out of a poster board. What's the area of the poster board that she left? Means this is the poster board. This rectangle here is this trapezoid here is the poster board. Okay. Now what you're going to do, you will find the area of this trapezoid first. Okay, then you will find the area of this triangle and then subtract it and then find the answer. Similarly, you will find the area of the whole trapezoid. So here the base 1 is 25, base 2 is 12 plus 3, 15. This small part is 3, this is 12, so 12 plus 3 is 15. So base 1 is 25, base 2 is 15, height of the trapezoid is 12, and then you will find the area of this rectangle. This is a rectangle, so that's 3 multiplied by 12, and then you will subtract them. Repeat it, go on repeat mode, and then listen what you have to do. Similarly here also, this again a triangle. You'll find the area of the bigger triangle, then you will find the area of this part here. Okay, and then find the area of the shaded part, which is blue. So until I meet you girls in tomorrow's video, do the homework, study well, and take care of yourselves.